allowing dignitaries to come forward and light the oil. Dean of the Faculty, Professor Vasanthi Pinto. Dean of the Faculty of Medicine. Sorry, Professor Vasanthi Pinto. Dean of the Faculty of Dental Sciences, Professor Manjula Atigala. Dean of the Faculty of Veterinary and Animal Science, Professor Anil Pushpakumara. Former Professor, Medical Faculty, Professor Injanji Amarasinghe, Professor Osin Pereira on my faculty, former Professor, and Dr. Harsha Pereira, consultant oncosurgeon of Kelly Hospital, and consultant Dr. Dinesh, Kelly Hospital, Dr. Nadesan, and Mr. Sivarasa, a bit of a confusion, and Dr. Shiamala Nadesan.
On a dark night, that my wife and partner for 40 years turned out to be a cancer patient, and her life was at the edge of the cliff. We were lucky with the friends, family, and doctors to navigate through that ocean of fear. From that point onward, we decided to help others who are in the same situation. We know that the disease itself and the psychological implication caused by this condition is more profound and dangerous for the victim and her family. Family support in Sri Lankan scenario in comparison to many other countries, we are lucky to have a good facilities and skilled professional in the medical field. What we thought was we help the cancer patient to receive the health care through the available resources and support them and their families while they undergo treatment. So we are aiming to help the people at grassroots level. So we don't know exactly how can actually achieve
and not to work. So that was a big blow on my head. And it was very sudden, and we couldn't grasp that, thinking that I have the cancer. And at that time I didn't even know is it a metastasis or biopsy. Then later on we had further investigation, and it turned out to be a plasmacytosis. And I went and saw the orthopedic surgeon, and he referred me to the orthopedic oncologist. And the oncologist said, it's going to fracture, so we have to do the first thing is to do the surgery. And it was a hip replacement treatment. Then I went and had the hip replacement, but he took me to theatre and he couldn't do that surgery It was my bones were smaller than the prosthesis what he had. So he had cut the proximal femur, and the next day I had to undergo another surgery, and that was the proximal femoral replacement. So it was very hard, and I was there in the hospital for 4 or 5 days, and all alone, and I didn't have any mental support. The physical suffering was nothing, but the mental trauma was a lot. And I was in a fear of death and leaving my family. That was my fear. But no one was able to help me. But luckily, I had good family support and extended family support. And my patients and my friends all supported me to go through this hardship. Then I was referred to hematology oncologist. So we were hoping at least we would get some good news from them. But when we went, that was again a big blow. They said I had to undergo the chemotherapy. I know I might have to undergo the chemotherapy, but still I had a small hope that I will not be needed. But after that, what to do, I accepted. And they said all the side effects and how also the stem cell transplants and what are the side effects, and I can be ending up in the ICU and renal failure, all the bad news they told me, but there was no good news at all. So, but then they came home, but luckily my husband was next to me. Then he said to me, to them, why can't we wait for 6 weeks? We would do another blood test because just now she's recovering. So weeks and weeks after the first surgery. So they can. Then the doctors accepted that. And so we had 6 weeks for ourselves. And my friends, one of the hematologists wanted me to get a second opinion. So at that time I was very vulnerable. So I wanted the second opinion and we went for the second opinion. And by that time it was 6 weeks. So we were in agony for the last 6 weeks. And but that hematologist was very good and she was very calm. And she told me that don't worry, you will be surviving. And nowadays we have a lot of treatment you can undergo and you will be fine. And then she explained to me how the plasmacytoma and I had the second blood test was improving compared to the first one before the surgery. Then she told me I don't need the chemotherapy. Then she was a little bit questioning about how come they told this thing. So there might be something she's missing. So she called the other doctors and spoke to them and then came to a conclusion that I didn't need the chemotherapy. That itself gave me a lot of support. And then even though she told me to do the meditation, but it was a little bit difficult at that time to do the meditation. My mind was not stable at the time. But I had a lot of support with my patients and friends and things. So after that, gradually I was into the meditation and I was crying. Then I thought, what's the point in crying? The bad impression from that I have to get over. So I learned the lesson from that. And I started to think positive and find out what the mistake I did to get the cancer. So then I was looking into so many books and the YouTubes and found that good food, but is that food is good and I have to cut down the sugars. And so I was very particular in my diet and I was doing the meditation, yoga, and then my energy came back to normal and I was able to walk properly everything. And this is that was my big achievement after. Then I thought, okay, I have to help others like I have gone through, and the positive thinking is the one which helped me a lot. So whenever I tell my hematologist about this, she would say, no, I didn't help you anything. Then I will say, no, you gave me the mental support. That is what I needed. And the other doctors just treated me for the physical thing. Yes, I need the physical thing, but the mental trauma is more than anything. So after that, I thought, no, other people also will need the help. So that's why we wanted to build the Cancer Foundation and help the cancer suffering people.
I would like to invite one of the dignitaries, and I reveal a story. He's the one who delivered the first baby of Shiamala. Now he's a big man, and the baby is now big. Well, how old?
40 years.
40 years old. So can you imagine that Dr. Amar Singh's Vikram here. So anyway, I would like to invite Professor Amar Singh to launch the website. Could you come to the head table, please? Okay.
Right, huh?
Okay. The greatest difficulty is like delivering a baby. So we have just started this, and only today morning we got it activated. So we have a home page and about us. And various other. So we need your help, your ideas as to how to help needy people, how to reach them, and various other factors or other things related to this foundation. Actually, Dr. Nadesan and Dr. Shiamala have already deposited a large sum of money in this bank account. And so we need to reach the people, needy people, the genuinely needy people, and their idea is to reach the grassroots level people. So maybe anywhere, maybe around Kandy, Kurunegala or Jaffna, anywhere. So we would like to have your ideas.
Set for the necessary for the action. So the picking up the patients, the needy patients, can be done at clinic level, basically.
Difficult to keep them through the cutoff points.
Yeah.
We don't know what they are able to, so we can identify at least through the mask.
So this is even other hospitals must be getting blood cancer patients.
The problem is actually, at our level, it's not the same, we can't really relate to it. But at least actually. So now, they don't open up to us to the extent that they open up to the counselors. So, we learn a lot of things through them actually. So then only we realize their background and sometimes I don't know whether it's the same.
Yeah, because of the heavy clinics, we also don't have much time.
We don't have much time to spend that. So then it's easier to, identify who really needs.
We started at the cancer home, but we, because the necessity was at the dental faculty with oral cancer patient. The reason is because oral cancer is #1 in Sri Lanka among men, and we wanted to help them. And because of the type of cancer, anyway, the people who are undernourished, the people who put the food on our table, the farmers, and the lovely cup of tea we enjoy in the morning, the tea pluckers, they are the people who are really suffering with this oral cancer because they are chewing betel. So it was our wish that we work with oral cancer patients. So we were invited by the faculty to come and help in the wards. And we are actually trained by a Macmillan nurse. Maybe you all are aware of Macmillan nurses. She's Mrs. Erika Veerapon, Dr. Veerapon's wife. And she has helped us to train us how to counsel, and we got also help from Sumitrayo, how to counsel and reach out to people. So we don't only counsel, we realized when we went into the ward that the people whom we are talking to, they come from the lowest economic strata, and they have so much of problems apart from their cancer in the mouth. We realize they are having a big burden on their shoulder, how they are going to look after the family. Even today, there's a young person about 37 years old, Dr. Artikala knows him, and he is more worried about his 2 children and how his wife will handle this. So we have to give them nutrition to withstand the surgery, and after the surgery also we give them nutrition, which is very expensive for them to get sustagen or milk powder or everything. So we have a small group. Our group is not a very big group. We have about 30 people only volunteers, and yet we are able to carry on for 20 years, and we get friends and family to support us with